A lot of the success when it comes to CKD is not missing the basics. So many of you it hasn't been explained in a way that's really resonated with what you've got to do at home, what you can forget about, put on the back burner, and what are the priorities. So 9 lives, 1 mission. All right. This is the book. This is the way that you can really figure out the priorities for your cat with CKD to truly know their health potential. What are the key things that you've got to take care of today to see success, whether that be a happier cat, greater longevity, we're eating better, we're looking better, the knowledge that they're going to live longer and stronger. Now we're going to read a bit from chapter 1. Here's the takeaway. If it hasn't been explained to you this way, I want you to ask this question. What else has not been explained to me? What else do you need to know? Simple concepts, simple terms in order to make the big differences with your cats. Your cats don't need you to have a PhD in CKD. They need you to have the fundamentals down pat. Chapter 1, the bite strategy for CKD cats. Strength fades, bones emerge. Feed the fire, slow the loss, life clings to the spark. You've got to ignite their spark. Stick with me. This isn't just metaphorical fluff. Your cat needs fuel, real energy, the type that powers the ability to bounce back from CKD. When someone asks, is there hope? The answer is yes, but we've got to take a bite out of CKD first. That's how we discover your cat's health potential. Because behind those tired eyes, there just might be a lion waiting in the wings for a second wind. BITE stands for body weight and intestinal health for toxin elimination. This is how you light their spark to fight CKD. You then nurture that flame by addressing each relevant component outlined in this book. This is critical to managing the complex, interconnected challenges presented in CKD with felines. Body weight, the true measure of every move you make. Every breath you take is a haunting, slow burn song released in 1983 by The Police. Written and sung by Sting. Sting's demo version is great, but kind of yacht rock. The guitar player and drummer turned it into the classic that it is. Give it a listen while you read this chapter. On the surface, the lyrics sound like a romantic vow to constantly watch over a loved one. However, as the song unfolds, it becomes clear that it's actually an obsessive surveillance following a breakup. The narrator chronicles how he monitors every move, every breath you take, every move you make of his former lover, unable to let go. Well, there is a breakup here between your cat's health and their kidney function. And while I won't call it obsessive, we do in fact need to maximize our surveillance of weight loss going forward. Why? Did you know that cats weighing 4.2 kilograms, that's about 9.3 pounds, at the time of CKD diagnosis may have a shorter lifespan compared to cats who weighed more? The point is, if your CKD cat is losing weight, then this is your first priority and you do not have time to waste. We have to reverse this. You purchased a book on how to help your CKD cat who could be in all sorts of trouble, needs certain treatments, and I'm talking about body weight. Well, trust me on this one. Watch and see how this all fits together. Hold the line. Why protecting weight is vital with CKD. Weight loss represents a gradual process of malnutrition that occurs over time, and cats are experts at concealing it. One day, your cat walks down the stairs, round the corner into the kitchen, and suddenly you notice, wait, I don't remember your back and hips looking so skinny. This happened to me with my own cat, Zach, as well. This malnutrition, by either eating less food, absorbing less of what they eat, or generally being in a state of breakdown, is called catabolism, and furthers their illness by making it harder for any treatments that you try to be successful. It negatively affects their immune system, muscle mass, appetite, and mobility, and impairs their ability to heal damaged tissues like the kidney. Your cat is literally missing the building blocks of life to support healthy organs. All of this is believed to contribute to kidney fibrosis, which is literally the scarring of the kidneys, which, as you recall, results in CKD progression, Fantasia style. We don't want that because we need to preserve the remaining healthy portions of the kidney. Mirtazapine, transdermal power on demand. If your cat with CKD is losing weight or muscle mass or has a compromised appetite, I don't wait around for it. Let's just see if diet alone does the trick. One of the first tools I reach for is transdermal mirtazapine. If they're not eating enough, have a history of recent weight loss, or if there's been some vomiting in the mix, I don't hesitate. For some cats, it's a short-term boost. For others, it becomes a loyal, lifelong companion. It's delightfully simple. Just a small dab of gel rubbed into the inner surface of the ear. I use a formulation that delivers up to 2 milligrams of mirtazapine per application. The frequency varies. Some cats need it daily, others every other day, and some every third day. There's a delightful patient of mine, an orange tabby with CKD, who has faced and overcome many challenges, ranging from seizures to hyperthyroidism to constipation. Even though the effect of transdermal mirtazapine for him is subtle, it just hits the spot to help him age gracefully. I've tracked his improvement in kidney values on his blood work over the years. Mirtazapine is a gentle nudge to his well-being while we tackle the other moving parts of CKD management. With better appetite comes better nutrition, weight stabilization, and a step out of the shadows of malnutrition. Behind the scenes, every one of your cat's cells is home to a microscopic energy factory called mitochondria. Its main job? Cranking out ATP, a sort of biological spark plug that powers everything from healing wounds and growing new cells. Without ATP, the body's to-do list grinds to a halt. No repairs, no regeneration. We light those spark plugs up with mirtazapine. So when I say light the spark, I specifically mean activate the components in the body that feed the cells and tissues. It's giving the mitochondria a job to do. The body has to know that it's needed, right? So don't think of this as just an appetite stimulant. I don't. It's a match to the fire. Most vets will say yes to trying mirtazapine, but if you get a no, kindly reference the rationale and references in this book. It's all about informed decision making. For those of you who like numbers, here's a handy rule. Take your cat's weight in kilos, multiply by 50. That gives you their minimum caloric daily need. In an illness, they probably need more. For example, let's take Zach. Let's convert his body weight to 4 kilos. So if you think in pounds, just divide by 2.2. That's 4 times 50 equals 200 calories a day. If he's only managing 180, I'm starting mirtazapine. If he's hitting 200 calories, I might still go ahead and do it if he needs to gain weight or his intake is fluctuating, or if there's any vomiting in the mix. Now, if your kitty was just diagnosed and has a healthy body weight, eating well, and is not showing signs of trouble, you don't have to start it. The furnace is still making heat, but we will be keeping a close watch on that weight moving forward. Yes, there are oral forms of mirtazapine, tablets and capsules, but I usually don't pick those first. After all, I'm trying to get them to eat, not stress them out by prying their mouths open. Plus, the transdermal gel tends to have fewer side effects. It's absorbed more slowly and steadily, unlike the oral form, which can spike more rapidly in the bloodstream. Speaking of side effects, if your cat, for whatever reason, is taking fluoxetine, also known as kitty cat Prozac, then your vet might recommend to discontinue that first before starting mirtazapine, or discuss with you how to balance both. It's just because this combination, it's incompatible with some cats. So, when appetite dips and body weight drops, think of this ear gel. Is it working? Here's the proof. One of the very first things I ask people to invest after a CKD diagnosis it's not high-tech or flashy. It's not a fancy new supplement or a drug. It's a baby or small pet scale. I tell people, plainly and without hesitation that this device is just as valuable as any diagnostic test we run. Yes, even the blood work that you just shelled out for. Why? Because it's tracking your cat's body weight once a month, like clockwork. This is one of the most powerful ways to monitor their health. If your kitty is experiencing unplanned weight loss, this becomes your first line of defense. Here's a mantra worth repeating, and I do. That which is measured can be fixed. Absolutely. Read it again. Write it on your fridge. Whisper it to your cat at night. We'll know things are headed in the right direction when that downward weight trend halts, and even better, reverses. So that's when we do a little celebratory jig, but quietly so you don't alarm your cat. Now, a quick word of realism. Mirtazapine is often great, but it's not always instant. That's because what it does for your cat is only part of the equation. And as you'll see in the next chapters, there are other puzzle pieces to put into place. But the scale will be your faithful truth teller, your early warning system, your data-driven companion on this journey, your every breath you take, every move you make. Don't underestimate it. Weight doesn't lie. So that's a bit of chapter 1 of 9 Lives, 1 Mission, all right? And so what I want you to take away from that is if simply body weight hasn't been described to you that way with this level of emphasis and importance, what else are we missing? If a transdermal mirtazapine, a simple ear gel, isn't one of the first recommendations, what else are you missing? It's in here. You can go to iwillhelpyourcat.com, ask questions. You can see the accompanying CKD master guide that I've got there as well. And of course, the book is available on Amazon. Till next time.